Hey guys, and welcome back to Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. It's the middle of noon, and Phoenix still hasn't had his lunch. And neither have I. Where the crud is Emma? What? Huh?
I'm going now, reconvinced for the trial, Miss Lana Sky, whatever.
Emma didn't come back. Dang it! Come on, Phoenix! You didn't even try to get her back. Oh my god. I have a feeling I know who was killed in the SL9 incident. Not Emma, it was Emma's Anyway, allow me to call the next witness to the stand. The officer in charge of guarding the evidence room on the day of the crime. Alright, mister, what are you drinking from that? Hope it's punch. When was the last time y'all had a Hawaiian punch? Is that still Witness, please state your name and occupation. I love that I hate his music, but it reminds me of like a Final Fantasy song. I know it's supposed to be a Western, but it gets me excited. Oh, me, partner? I'm just a man, same as you, wandering the trails of civilization. Occasionally helping the elderly cross intersections when needed. Yes, we get it. Please, just state the name.
Oh, I know, you're a patrolman. Yeah, I heard of y'all. Crazy. I'm more of a Southern folk than a Western folk, but as for my name. Listen hard enough, you can hear the howling wind calling it out.
Oh my god. To be exact, it's Jake Marshall. Can we all agree that's his name? Okay, moving on. Howling wind? I've never heard Edgeworth described that way before. Oh, I get it. Now, Mr. Marshall, let me ask you something. You were in charge of guarding the evidence room on the day the crime took place. Is this correct?
According to the papers, partner. What do you mean?
A desperado soul is as boundless as the desert sands. No paper can sum it up. Oh my god, he is just...
Maybe it's best we get on with this quickly. Please share your testimony on the day of the crime. I thought my tangents were infuriating. In plain old English, sir. My ganache.
Okay, so let's hear it. Let's point out where he's lying, or maybe he's not telling the whole truth. My job was to keep a wary eye on that bone accord. What? They said I was a... It's like that guy from Yu-Gi-Oh! Bridge. Away with you, blah. Anyway, they said I was supposed to make rounds 3 times a day. That ain't my style. So you just straight up suck at your job. Besides, the room's protected by 2 security systems. Anyways, 2 what? Huh? If I remember right, I was at a street side saloon at the time it went down. That's a lie. It's just an innocent traveling man, so if you're out of ammo, it's time I hit the 12. I miss Yu-Gi-Oh! Bridge. I mean, it's still going on, but I love it.
I can't say I particularly care for your attitude, sir. You are clearly negligent or perhaps stupid.
Then again, I should not throw stones in stone houses. I can't say I care for your beers, sir, but you don't see me complaining.
Oh my god, he has a weapon in the crime scene, bailiff!
Wait a minute. This guy's a liar! What do you mean by 2 security systems? Oh, you're worried about that? What? I'm in the security camera and the ID card reader. I reckon even a cowpoke like you knows about those. Yeah, well, about the fingerprint activated lock on the evidence lockers. Do you know about that?
Fingerprint activated locks? What kind of newfangled doohickeys?
I feel like he's bluffing, though. He's not being very helpful. He's not that good with machines or with following orders or doing his job. Why does this man paid salary?
Everyone's got their weakness.
Nobody's perfect. We just gotta work at Hannah Montana. Y'all know her.
Now, don't they, Mr. Prosecutor? Well, this one seems like trouble. Shoot. Okay, right? He's all yours.
Yeah, let me at him. Day of the crime. First off, we know he's lying, but we know he's lying about that. So it's supposed to make rounds. Besides, the room's protected by 2 security systems. Okay, I'm just gonna press to make extra sure, because it might give us other stuff. We don't know. You used to be a detective, so you've used the evidence room in the past, correct? Yeah, of course. Back in the day, my locker was a gold mine of evidence. So you've been in there. Well, maybe not there specifically, and yet you didn't know about the fingerprint locking mechanism? I find that hard to believe. Sorry, partner, I ain't good with machines. I couldn't even tell you how a bike worked. What? That's quite incredible, actually. It's very simple engineering. The sensors on the lock handle cannot be seen. It's well known that some detectives are unaware of their presence. Okay. Now that he mentions that Detective Gumshoe said something about that. Yeah, he did. Crap.
At any rate, it don't seem like it's relevant. Okay, tell us what you were doing when the crime took place.
Yeah, if I remember right, I was at the... That's bull, man. All right, we'll press, and then we're gonna use the evidence of the fingerprint. What were you doing in a place like that, huh? I was eating spaghetti.
You know, like spaghetti western.
Not even angel steak lunches can beat that. Harlow's Von Gogh sepia pasta.
Oh, do you mean to tell me there's something better than Angel Star's Lunchables? Go abandon your police duties to eat some noodles, boy?
Not all desperados eat tacos, partner.
Well, I'm more of a Salisbury steak kind of guy, but that's not what I meant. I hope this has at least taught you a lesson or something.
That's strange. This is usually where Edgeworth says...
Did you not want a raise this year?
I don't think he cares about that. Okay. We got him. We know what to do. You're a liar, and we have proof. Officer Marshall. Doesn't it strike you as odd? That is, you being called to testify like this? If there's nothing linking you to the case. Boy, you better be choosing your words wisely. After all, you weren't in the security room at the time of the crime. Why bring you out here and stop you from enjoying your Italian meal? And yet you dragged me down here anyways. Explain yourself, partner. I might have to use my gun to teach you a lesson. That, for the record, is not a threat. I am being recorded right now. I should... Anyway, it's quite simple, really. You left a very large trail behind at the scene. Or to be exact, a handprint. Listen real good, partner. Only thing I left a handprint on was the waitress at the... Well, I'm not gonna go any further. I'm still being recorded. Like I said, I'm the caretaker of that crypt. I pay my respects, that is. Make my rounds about once a month, you know. It's only natural my fingerprints will be in there. Shoot! Dang it! What do you got, Phoenix? That's pretty convincing. I only wish it were, officer. But you see, your fingerprints were covered in blood. Explain that! It was simply marinara sauce, for the record, from the meal I just had. I mean, I always have, a month ago.
Witness, what's the meaning of this? You are literally red-handed. Now, I don't need to tell you what that's all about, but it's a thing we got saying in the South. You know, your blood-stained fingers were at the crime scene. Come on, man.
The blood was wiped away. However, a liminal test clearly revealed this. Well, Officer Marshall?
Yeah. Seems to me there ain't a person in this room with a head on his shoulders.
What? I take it you have an explanation then?
About the bloodstained fingerprints. Yeah, I got that, you know. Well, you may begin testimony about your fingerprints. Found at the scene of the crime, but good luck. I mean, it's pretty convincing to deflect.
If you can't, he's gonna deflect it. We're gonna have to find something else, but maybe he's bad at, I don't know.
Like I said, it's only natural for my fingerprints to be in the evidence room. One of them just happened to be at the same place that the bloodstained handprint is all. The murder touched the locker where my fingerprint was by
Wait a minute, did anybody mention where the fingerprint was? I don't think Phoenix did. Maybe he did, but that strikes me as odd. He knows exactly where it is.
The bloodstain and the fingerprint are completely unrelated.
Or didn't you know the murderer was wearing gloves? See? I had nothing to do with it. Sorry. But the murderer wasn't wearing gloves. The video showed that he wasn't. What gives?
The witness's explanation appears valid. Although there's no room for doubt, life won't be fun without any doubt, partner. I guess, maybe, but Southern cowboys and Western cowboys never saw eye to eye, so the defense may I cross-examine.
This guy's hiding something. He's hiding a lot. What the? Now's my chance to prove it. How does he know about the gloves? That's weird, man. Dude. So natural. Okay, whatever. One of them just happened to be at the same place as the bloodstained handprint. So then, what about the bloody handprint?
Wasn't mine. It's no mystery. Please explain, because forensics, well, I don't know if we can call a 16-year-old girl forensics, but
my locker's covered with my fingerprints, sonny. It's just so happened. Deflected so easily. Murr touched the locker by chance. Okay. The chance of that happening are 1 to 1,000,000.
On the contrary, one could argue just the opposite. The chances of that not happening are 1,000,000 to 1. Got one thing straight, partner. You ain't gonna get no reward from me with a mere fingerprint. You wanna know why?
I do wanna know why. How do you know they're unrelated, though? What is he even saying? I got this wrong, though. I guess he's heard, or maybe Phoenix said it, where the fingerprint was, but unrelated? What are you talking about?
They're as different as night and day, sonny. Kinda like cereal and cereal. One's got to do with a delicious breakfast, which is part of a balanced breakfast, while the other's a type of murder. He's right. Although seemingly alike, they're totally different. And then some people are like, I'm a serial killer. And it just means they eat a bunch of cereal. And some people say, I'm a serial killer. And they just, well, you get what I'm saying. But
I don't see what homonyms have to do with this. Oh, okay. This is bull, man. Okay, I'm pressing this. Then I'm gonna show the tape to him. How do you know that?
I may be a loner, but I still do my job. I keep up on the reports. Come on.
There was a bloodstain at the scene, thought to be left by the murderer. That's right. I was found in the Detective Gumshoe's locker. On Detective Gumshoe's locker, I mean. However, no fingerprints were detected on that handprint. Yeah, I think we tried that too. Crud.
So that would mean the murderer wearing gloves happened to place their hand on top of Officer Marshall's fingerprint? That's the only logical conclusion I got.
Can't let him squirm out of this. He's, something decisive to tie Officer Marshall to this crime. If it's not the tape, I don't know what. I'm legit clueless. If it's not the tape, what the crud? Here it is. This evidence clearly reveals the contradiction. Why is the music still on?
How exactly are they related?
They aren't, are they? What?
Not at all. Come on, feet.
What? Ugh, I guess I don't put that there. Wait, did I click on the right one? I did! Dude! Okay, press again. Hold up, let me think about this. How do you know that? I've got no choice but to press everything else. Alright, let's start with the first. That's because you, how you put it, pay your respects once a month.
Yeah, that's right. That and one more thing. That locker happens to be mine. What do you mean? I mean what I said. That locker is mine.
Hold up, so that one with the white cloth, that's for sure his.
That's the locker I used when I was a detective. The locker I still use. All that's in there now is a heap of broken dreams.
I see.
It'd be strange if my prints weren't all over the locker.
Apparently his fingerprint data was never removed from the locker's programming. Crud. Must have been using the fingerprint lock all this time without even knowing it? Oh, snap! We actually did need a press there. Okay. Marshall's fingerprints has been updated. Okay.
Are you starting to get the picture, partner?
No.
This seal of blood in the desert. It's just food for the buzzards.
doubt it. There's only one reality, and that's this tape. I agree. The security tape. So long as my trail isn't in there, you can't say otherwise. Okay.
You're getting us nowhere, Phoenix. Oh my God, you do this every time. Please consider carefully when you're going with your cross-examination.
Yes, Your Honor.
Now then, continue testimony of Marshall.
Wait, so his thing had to change. Wait, he got a new one! Yes! Too bad it wasn't me in that video, partner. What if we can prove that it's you in that video? What do you mean by that? You want me to tie me to this crime? Isn't that right? Yes. If so, that video is the only direct evidence you got. Yeah. But the video is next to useless. It's full of blind spots.
Blind spots? Are those like bald spots? Because let me tell you, them suckers...
Places you can't see.
Oh, everybody can see my bald spot.
The camera's panning back and forth. The floor isn't shown. He could be on the floor or something. Yeah. If someone was familiar with the camera's position, like, say, Mr. Marshall, they could leave the room without being caught on tape. True. Dang, I didn't even think of that. We don't have time for your speculations, Mr. Wright.
Well, Mr. Wright, if you can't show us evidence in the video that indicates that Mr. Marshall was present...
I can't. Oh my God, we can! We do have evidence! The sheet! It's there and then it's not! Okay. Now hear me out. Allow me to point out your mistake, Officer Marshall. Tread carefully, Mr. Wright, or you might end up being the one making the mistake. No, I'm pretty certain here.
Now then, let's have a look at the video. Now I'm gonna turn the volume down because I effing hate that song. So it's incriminating evidence.
Okay, fast forward. Help me out. Okay. Oh my God, my computer's being so choppy. Yeah. Wait for it. Wait for it. It's not there. We pan back. He's on the floor right now, going prone to where he can't be seen. And there it is. You lose, Marshall. Explain this, if that's your locker. Bringing our attention back to the security camera is a mistake I'm afraid you'll soon not forget, Officer Marshall.
Boy, if you don't lower your voice, I'm gonna lower it for you. The days are short here in Texas.
We are in California, sir.
And so are our tempers. Could you sum up what you gotta say in 8 words or less?
Very well. You can clearly be seen in this video.
Exactly, it was. Not bad, partner.
The key lies in a certain locker shown in the video.
Dude.
Man, I'm kind of happy I noticed that beforehand. I didn't know it was his locker. That's even better for us. That locker within the white cloth sticking out, that was the witness. The witnesses, I believe. Now then, let's rewind the video a bit. You notice? I mean, God, it needs to be a little bit faster. That's all I'm saying. He's gone. And wait a minute, what if those clothes were the white cloth in there? Then we gotta get that open. What the heck is in that locker?
Oh, the white cloth's gone. Well, it's black and white, so it could honestly be any color, but what's the meaning of this, Officer Marshall?
When the crime took place, the white cloth wasn't there. Then it suddenly appeared. There's only one explanation. Officer Marshall, you were in the evidence room at the time of the crime. What's more, you opened your locker when the camera was turned away. How else will that evidence move? You got, man.
I would seem that... Hold your horses. Sorry, partner, but you got the wrong man.
What?
So what if my locker was open? That don't mean I'm the one who opened...
What? You gotta be kidding. But that's how they work.
The murderer needed to hide something, so he opened a locker and stuck it in. It's not my fault he happened to choose mine.
You messed up. Because you don't understand how technology works, you messed up.
Why is everyone staring at me like I'm a wanted man? Come on. I can get shy too. Goodness, these eyes. Ugh.
The room went dark. This guy isn't just playing dumb. He's way dumb. He really doesn't know. Well, we got him. Hate to rain on your parade there, buddy, but you're the only person who can open that locker. Oh, yeah? I call your bluff. Say I open that locker. Now prove it. Okay. That's how they work. Get wrecked. A fingerprint sensor? Huh? Yeah. Wait, are you holding jerky? What? We talked about this earlier today, and you kind of just didn't pay attention. The lockers can only be opened by the detectives they belong to. What kind of crazy talk wizardry is this? What? We're in the year 2000, not the year 2012. Come on, babe. Well, Detective Gumshoe did mention something about this.
In any case, the locks aren't that obvious. Some people don't even notice them.
So, Sheriff, what do you have to say about that? In 8 words or less. Get him, Phoenix! He's done for. I only got 1 word for you. No! What was that? We win?
Order. Witness, explain.
Is this a joke? It's the worst I've ever heard. I assure you this is no joke, Officer Marshall. Now then, please tell us what you were doing in the evidence room at the time of the crime. I don't want to. Which one eat my jerky? Dang thing ain't coming off. Son of a... What?
Hey, please answer the question. Your lunch can wait.
What is he now, a bullfighter? That's all right, Officer Marshall. I believe we can figure the rest out from here.
We can? You sure?
Have a look at these floor plans. Think about it. Actually, what is he? Where's he going with this? There's no place for someone to hide in the evidence room. Yet, Officer Meekins didn't see Officer Marshall. Uh-huh.
Is that so? Then where was the witness?
It seems Mr. Wright has an answer. He was dressed up as Mr. Goodman. That's gotta be it, right? That's right, the only possible conclusion.
Well then, let's hear it, I guess. I mean,
where was Officer Marshall at the time of the crime? Victim? Kay? I believe that it's... Frick, I want to think about this a little more. It's gotta be V, right? I don't know. I hope. Officer Marshall was standing right there. Because Kay could have been killer, and that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, but that's where Goodman was. That's where the victim to Goodman was.
Okay, cool. That's what it stood for. Correct. Unless the man wasn't Detective Goodman. No way. I believe the victim in the video is Officer Marshall. It was you who dressed up like Goodman. All right, what do you got? But that's preposterous. Officer Meekins witnessed the detective at the crime scene. Once he saw the man's face, he'd know for sure. Counterpoint, Meekins is effing dumb! May I point out, though, that Officer Meekins did not know Detective Goodman. He also testifies about the man's reaction when confronted.
When I entered the evidence room, I asked him to show me his card, but he didn't. What a douche.
And how did Detective Goodman respond?
So they put a knife on me.
And who do we know that has a knife? Something about the officer's story puzzled me. If the man had his ID card, why didn't he just show it?
Yes, he would have needed it to enter the evidence room, so he must have been carrying it.
Because if he saw his ID card, then he'd know he wasn't the real guy, because they look different. The answer's simple. He couldn't show it. As you can see, Detective Goodman's picture's on his card.
Oh, I get it. Oh my God, Phoenix kill. Sorry.
If he showed that, his cover been blown. Officer Meekins would have realized the man wasn't Goodman. Do you have anything to say for this, Officer Marshall? Dude, we got him. Finally. He's starting to... Ooh!
You got quite an imagination, partner, I must say. We got a term for that, you know. It's called circumstantial evidence.
circumstantial evidence? He's still denying it? Come on. You're gonna have to do better than that to break a detective, sir. Unless you have hard evidence proving I dressed up as the victim.
I can't say I'm particularly care for your uncooperative disposition, but since I seemingly despise Phoenix Wright for no reason, I must agree.
I can't say I care for your beard, but don't see me complete. You already said that one.
Well, Mr. Wright, you know, Mr. Wright ain't that bad, but do you have any evidence proving beyond a shadow of a doubt that Officer Marshall dressed up as the victim?
Well, who am I kidding? I don't know. I haven't got anything like that. We can always open the thing. But we can't leave the courtroom. I can see the fear in your eyes, partner. Like a buffalo about to get, killed. Seems you're the one who couldn't take the desert heat. This can't be happening. Come on. It's so obvious he's the one. What can I do? God, I wish Emma was here. Frick. What do you want? It looks like your lack of experience finally been exposed, Phoenix. I'll pass on to you what someone told me when I was just starting out, since you so clearly need that advice. When you've run into a wall with no place to go, return to the basics. The what? Is he saying I need to open my Attorney for Dummies book? For me, that would be what Mia used to tell me. Boss. Phoenix, try thinking outside the box.
Okay. How does that help? What?
I shouldn't look for proof that Officer Marshall was in disguise. Zoom in close on my face, because this is about to be crazy. But rather, I should look for evidence that came about because he was in disguise. Why do you think this locker was open in the first place?
What do you mean?
There's no reason for Officer Marshall to open his locker at the time of the crime. Yeah, was he in charge of getting rid of evidence? Yet he did, despite the chance it might be discovered later. He opened his locker to hide evidence of the outfit. This means he didn't originally plan to open his locker. Why?
According to the defense's argument.
No, if he's wearing clothes when he was dressed up as Goodman, then how did Goodman get his clothes back? But wait, we've never seen the body. That's a good point.
Officer Jake Marshall dressed up as a Detective Goodman at the time of the crime. Then after the crime was committed, boom, he opened his own locker for some unknown reason that no one can specifically figure out.
The fact that a white cloth is sticking out of the locker seems to indicate that he opened it in order to put a cloth inside.
So just what exactly is this piece of cloth?
Perhaps the video is the key to tell. We gotta watch the video again. I don't have any evidence, so this video is my only shot.
Well, since it's technically impossible for us to go down to the precinct and open the locker to find out, let's take another look at the security tape. After committing the crime, the witness opened the locker to put the white cloth away. Please share. Well, there goes that.
I don't know. What other thing is in the? Let me just think about it. What could possibly be in here? I don't know. Maybe, okay, it's not, wait, why is it doing that? Oh, we can actually go think, all right. Like, legit, I can't figure this out, man. Oh, I got you now, Mr. What's how does he even get in that position? He just oh God! I got you now. I got you now. Holy! Oh my gosh! Then he's just like, well, I surrender. I don't want to. Okay. Wait a minute. Whoa. A white cloth. A white cloth could be a handkerchief. Hold up. I think we got it. What? I wasn't even trying. What? For some reason, while I was playing with the remote, I discovered this. For some reason, you disguise yourself as Detective Goodman and enter the evidence room. Though I don't know to what end yet. Yet? However, something unexpected happened. Officer Meekins barged in on you. When asked to show your ID, you pulled a knife on him. However, Officer Meekins panicked. For the record, I wasn't that panicked. And the white coat you were wearing was soiled with blood. A bloody white coat? Well, that's no good. You gotta go to the dry cleaner to get that out. You couldn't just walk out like that. Yeah, people would see you. You draw attention to yourself. So you hid the coat in your locker. I was gonna say a thing, but not bad, partner. Not bad. This is bullcrap. We could have figured that out easier if we just saw Marshall's body, but... Whatever. I did it. It was my complete accident. I don't get frick. Now then, Officer Marshall, now that we've caught you 2 times, we gotta get you on the 3rd, so are you ready to tell us the whole truth? Looks like I underestimated y'all, city folk. Hope you're happy now, Mr. Edgeworth. What? The heck? Excuse me, that was vulgar. 2 years ago, if you were only half as persistent then as you are today, we all wouldn't have to be here now. Now would we? Officer Marshall, tell the court what you did, all of it. All right, but easy on the furniture. Seems the time's come for me to lie, some more probably. Okay, let's get it. I had to do it that day. I couldn't just stand by and let it die. I stole the detective's ID and dressed like him. I planned to take out the evidence. I wasn't expecting Officer Meekins, so I knocked him out. It was quite easy, actually. I managed to escape. I knew which areas wouldn't be caught on camera. There wasn't any murder in the evidence room at 5:15. What?
So the supposed victim was really you? Holy cow.
But there's one thing I still don't understand. Traces of a large quantity of blood were found on the floor in the evidence room. If no one was murdered, then how could that be? Officer Meekins managed to cut his own hand is all. My guess is he's the donor. It was way too much blood for such a small donation. What? Does he bleed like a river? Like what? That's bull. He's not saying the whole truth. Okay, that might not necessarily be bull, but God, I'm talking about bulls and cowboys and friggin' cattle. Okay, what couldn't you let go that day, or why'd you have to do it? When you say it, you mean? You didn't have to ask, partner. SL9. 2 years have passed since that case was closed. It was going to completely end with the transferal that day. Not if I had anything to do with it. That incident ain't over, sonny. What did you hope to accomplish by sneaking into the evidence room? That's right, Angel and him are teaming up. They're trying to see who really caused that murder. When a case is closed, only that case's lead detective can look through the evidence. I wanted to have a look at it myself one more time, is all. No matter what the cost. I don't care what anyone says, partner. That case is mine. That's, in a way, kind of admirable, but the lengths you went through were questionable at best. But Officer Marshall wasn't in charge of that investigation. It was Goodman. Why does he care so much about it? It matters to him for some reason. Yeah, see, I mean, what the heck? That day was my last chance, and that's why Officer Marshall stole the detective's ID badge and dressed like him. It was very hard to find cloaks in his size, I must say. He's a rather large gentleman. Why did you disguise yourself as Goodman? If I didn't make it look like Goodman was carrying out the evidence, I'd be arrested for stealing evidence, which, well, wouldn't get me anywhere. Well, so you did it before the security camera, is that it? And the detective's ID card, how the heck you get that thing? I stole that morning of the incident, that's all. So that really was why Goodman started filing out the lost item report. I returned his ID card, so no harm, no foul, simply borrowing it, you know. I left it on the floor in the prosecutor's office parking lot. Bruh, what? The ID card I found. So essentially, you managed to succeed despite your lack of foresight. What do you mean, partner? I mean, the fingerprint activated lock, of course. No matter how well you disguise yourself, You can't change your fingerprints. Under normal circumstances, you wouldn't been able to open the locker yourself. But he could because a rubber glove just happened to stuck in the door. Yeah, how do you account for that? I guess maybe he didn't. That means Detective Goodman must have opened the locker before Marshall. Yeah, so that means he was at least curious about it. Okay. I wasn't expecting Meekins, so I knocked him out. You pulled a knife on an officer? Come on! Let's just say I was a little surprised. You know, a cowboy can get startled too. Only plan on being in the evidence room for no more than 5 minutes after all. Didn't think anyone would actually come in during that short amount of time.
Officer Meekins, that poor Zuma. Certainly a 1 in a million type of person. Luckily for the rest of the world, mistaking a detective for an intruder and demanding to show his ID? God dang!
I'll have to think a little more about his race this year. Thank you. When did Edgeworth get so much influence in the city? I don't know. Anyway, he threw himself at me and I ended up cutting him a little bit. It's all. I'm sorry it turned out that way. With me knocking him out and everything. By the way, what happened to your knife? Oh, you mean this one? Saw that coming a mile away. I don't know what to say, man. That's unsanitary.
So you knocked Officer Meekins out, and then what?
I'm just gonna press all of them at this point. Okay, then he managed to escape. Cool. So you did your research beforehand, huh? Those who get in the desert unprepared don't live long, I reckon. Didn't think I'd make a difference, though. Security tape erased every 6 hours. If I'd gone as planned, no footage would have been left. However, you bloodied your coat and your struggle with Officer Meekins. If someone was in the security room when I came out, the jig would have been up. I opened my locker and stashed it in there. Okay, he's telling the truth a lot so far. Maybe. What was Officer Meekins doing during that time? He was knocked out, Phoenix. What else? He was sleeping like a baby, like a calf. God.
So you're saying is on that day, you beat up a defenseless young child.
There was an A-mode in the evidence room. Okay, so you admit it. So, the blood found at the scene certainly indicates a crime took place. What are you blind? Come on. No, I'm just trying to be thorough. The victim shown on the tape is me. I'm not dead. Ha ha. Not yet. So you stole the evidence from the locker. Actually, no, I didn't. I effed up. What can I say?
Why not?
When I opened the locker, the evidence was already gone. What?
Huh?
That was a weird huh?
Miss Edgeworth, where's the evidence then?
It's still missing. Oh my god. No! What? Huh? Detective Goodman's locker is already empty? Someone else stole the evidence. Oh my god. Who else could have done it? What the? Don't tell me it's her. No. Officer Marshall. Can I ask you one more thing? Fire away, partner. It's a free country after all. Our beloved United States of Nippon. Love it here. Just remember, I'm also free to decide whether or not to answer. It's our First Amendment right, after all. No, it's not. Why did you do this? Stealing a detective's ID badge. Injuring a police officer. This is no small offense. Come on, bruh. That cray-cray. What? Moreover, you're an officer yourself. This will have serious consequences. It can't just be forgiven with a simple cut in salary. Heck, not even an omni-slash in salary. Not that salary cuts are even a valid solution. Like, he broke the law. Like, what the... Ooh-wee. Like I said, partner, this isn't your case. This one is mine. And I'll do anything it takes to get an answer I'm satisfied with.
Okay then. Witness had an unusual amount of zeal. Let's hear some more.
Yeah, I'm down. Can't just forget about SL9. You know why. I don't know why, but that case was solved 2 years ago.
Yep, I was there for it. It was pretty epic. That's the reason the evidence was stored in the room to begin with.
Joe Dark was convicted for his crimes. One thing I can say for sure is he deserved his sentence.
I remember that Joe Dark. Similar to Joe Dirt, but way more evil.
It involved a serial murder, didn't it? I don't intend to complain about how it turned out, but there's something that still bothers me about it. Something went down at that trial. Something no one would talk about.
What the heck happened?
I don't know. That's what I'm trying to find out. Why is he so concerned with that incident? Maybe I should present him with what I think his real reason is. If I had a feeling he'd wind up here sooner or later, I did as well. Everyone involved here is related in some way to the case. I better take another look at the files. Good idea! Okay, so we're gonna read the files and then we're gonna press it, or present it there. Frick.
How did I F that up?
Files for the Joe Dart killing solved 2 years ago. Incident number SL9 closed. Perpetrator Joe Dark. Crime serial murder. Sentence death. K. Victims: Edward Jones, Jason Knight, Rachel Moss, Neil Marshall. Neil Marshall? Who the heck? Head prosecutor Miles. Witnesses Lana and Emma. No! What the? Executive investigators Damon Gant, Lana Skye. Head investigator Bruce Goodman. What the crud? You lost someone related to you in that case? What? The evidence clearly reveals the contradiction in the statement, Your Honor. I clicked the wrong one. I'm sorry. I can't believe it. I mean, that kind of, I'm not gonna say it justifies everything, but now it makes sense why he'd go to such extremes. They didn't really kill the guy that, or find the, they didn't. He thinks Joe Dark isn't really the guy that killed his brother. Or maybe son? Officer Marshall. I think I understand it. I think I know why you care so much about SL9. Sounds like you've been sipping too much cactus juice, partner. No. I have the SL9 incident file. The name Marshall's mentioned in here. And a list of murder victims. Neil Marshall. Are you related to this man? Neil Marshall. Yeah, I'm sure you've heard the name before. 2 years ago. What the crud? He received the same lousy prosecutor award you got. Edgy.
What? A prosecutor?
You must be talking about the King of Prosecutors Award. Now I remember. Prosecutor Neil Marshall. Yes, him. He handled the SL9 case before I did. That's right. And he was killed. And the case fell into your hands.
But what's his relation to you?
He was my brother. Dang. He was investigating the murder with Damon Gant, the deputy of chief police. Right, that other guy right there. I thought it was just a character we haven't met yet. Not that he was dead. Dang it, I'm upset. What the? The group detectives I part of worked under them. We were desperate to prosecute the killer. Oh my God, look at him. Joe Dark. My brother fought Dark and was killed. That was the first time Dark left any evidence behind. That was all we needed. Bro, I'm like actually getting like kind of emo. He was arraigned and incarcerated. The case was finally closed, at least according to public records.
What do you mean, public records?
My brother couldn't have been killed by Joe Dark.
Look at him. Skinny. Loser. Probably never has hot sauce in his life. I knew my brother better than anybody. No one could have beaten him in a fight. Muhammad Ali, no. Thanos, no. Elmo, no. Elmo's very perceptive, you know. And that's it. That's your reason for your insane actions?
There's more to my brother's death than what the records say.
No matter how much you try to hide it, you can't fool me. What? Well, I for one am touched. The man that defeated Elmo, killed in the line of duty. It's too sad. It's too sad, Phoenix. Well, at least one thing's for certain. He's boxing with Jesus right now. Now we know what happened to the police department on the day of the crime.
That was the last day the SL9 case could be reopened. Not satisfied with his resolution, Officer Marshall planned to steal the evidence. Disguising himself as Detective Goodman, entered the evidence room. Officer Meekins confronted him, surrendered him unconscious, and fled. This mystery's finally been cleared up. No murder took place at the police department that day. I guess not. The things that happen by chance never cease to amaze. Oh god, now this looks really bad for us. Frick! At exactly the same time as the murder at the prosecutor's office, this fake murder was going on at the police department. So that explains the opening segment, yeah, but it's gotta be more than just chance. What?
So if no one was murdered at the police department on the day of the crime, that means the murder in the prosecutor's parking office was the real one, I guess.
Which in turn means only one person could have committed the crime. Chief Prosecutor Lana Skye. I can't really even object to that. But wait, a verdict wasn't reached in yesterday's trial, so it's too late for that. Come on. Which is why we examined the incident at the police department today. You did what? There's only one reason the defendant was not convicted yesterday. There yet remained the mystery of the simultaneous murder at the police department. Seems to me the boys got the draw on you, partner. Shut up! All the mysteries at the police department have been resolved. No doubt about it. 1 hour sole murder took place at the prosecutor's office. The only suspect is Lana Skye, and the testimony of one Miss Angel Star is completely incontestable. If you have a response, I'd love to hear it. But please make it a single word or less. That counts. I rest my case. Okay.
Well, it seems this trial's reached its conclusion. There's no room for doubt. I, for one, am kind of surprised it was so easy for Phoenix. He only effed up 4 times.
Well done, Wright. Thanks to you, I don't need to waste my time disproving the alleged murder at the police department.
Yeah, that's cool for you.
There's no doubt what I proved today is true. The apparent murder of the security camera tape really was fake, but I didn't realize that would end up proving Lana guilty. Dang it! And where's Emma?
Well, then the time for the verdicts has arrived. This court finds the defendant. What?
Who said that? What? Girl, what you doing up there? Your Honor, hello, hi, wait, Emma? What the heck are you doing? The defense has an objection, a scientific objection! Right? What do you mean?
Mr. Wright, be kind to the girl. She's a child. She don't raise her voice like that. It's rude. Are you this girl's guardian?
No, I kinda... Please, Your Honor. I'm asking is for 1 minute of your time that will somehow turn into 70. Please hear me out. Mr. Edgeworth, please. Whatever. I don't want to leave any loose ends. Just get on with it. You want a minute? I'll give you 3, but no more. At least she came back. I was kind of in shock. I mean, finding out SO9 incident referred to the Joe Dart killings? It's too horrible to say. Now that she mentions it, the names of both Skye sisters are in the file. That's when I figured it out. I mean, that Officer Marshall was trying to do that day, so I knew his fingerprint had nothing to do with the crime. That left on one thing. The other handprint. You mean the traces of blood found on Detective Gumshoe's locker?
But no fingerprints were found on it, right? So what gives?
No, but I figured if I examine it scientifically, I'd be sure to find a clue. So I ran over there and looked at it again. Wait, so you ran? Oh my god. So did you find anything? No. Huh? Sorry. I guess I'm not much of a scientific investigator after all. Well, if there's nothing to find, then you what can you do? It's okay, I guess. Is that all? Please don't be mad. Please don't be mad. I'm just a high school student. God, I'm just an attorney. But Mr. Wright, those traces of blood are the only clue we have. If we can't find something wrong with them, please, Mr. Wright, you're a professional. You can do it. If anyone can save Lana, it's you!
Excuse me, the witness stand is for witnesses. Okay. Time's up. Now get the frick out of here. God dang. Regarding the incident of the police department, does any reasonable doubt remain?
It appears the defense is troubled by the other blood mark. But that smudge, no, that's definitely Gumshoes. Unless Gumshoes somehow... Looking at the floor plan, a handprint was discovered around here. Is there a problem with this? Mr. Wright, I'm sorry, I can't be more of use. But still, if you can't find anything wrong with that blood mark, Lana will be...
Please answer my question, Mr. Wright. We do not have all day.
Yes, Your Honor. If I needed to concentrate, it's now. Okay, focus. What could be wrong with that handprint on the Detective Gumshoe's locker? Could there be something I'm missing? Yeah, I guess. But I don't know what it is. The handprint left at the crime scene clearly shows a contradiction. The only thing that seems clear is you're grasping, Mr. Wright. You've been staring pretty intently at those floor plans. Tell me, is there a problem with them? Yeah, this is strange. Take a good look at these floor plans. Something's missing. Missing? You mean something hasn't been drawn on here? Where's he going with this? I'm so confused. Yeah, something that when drawn will completely change the meaning of the blood mark. What? Is he bluffing?
Let us pray the defense isn't simply trying to buy time. Well, White, what you got? I called you White. Sorry, that's rude of me. I don't know your ethnicity.
With all this evidence here, there's got to be something I can use.
The question is, what item can prove...
Are you kidding me? Is it actually Blue Badger? Maybe? It is!
What about the piece of plywood, sonny? I mean, what are you thinking?
The Blue Badger, mascot of the police force, symbol to all justice in the world, defender of truth and guardian of proof. Explain! It was sitting right there. Look at the floor plans on the crime scene. The Blue Badger's not here!
So what?
So watch what happens when we put him in. It blocks that. This is where he was dancing at the time of the crime. How you gonna get to that locker?
Well, what? Well, what?
Oh, crap. That's right. So long as the Blue Badger's dancing, it'd be impossible to place a handprint at the spot of the locker. Ooh. But then who could it be? Wait, that means the other security footage is important. And effing Marshall deleted it. Dang it.
So that means just exactly what?
It means it can't be done.
What are you saying? Blood traces were undeniably found in the locker.
Don't look at me. I didn't put it there. Mr. Wright, think it through scientifically. Emma, when did you get over there? On that afternoon, it was there. Officer Meekins was the one who brought the Blue Badger to the evidence room.
Wait.
After he put it down, it would be impossible to leave a handprint on the locker. Yeah. So is the time wrong? So that must mean this blood mark was left there before the Blue Badger was brought in.
Just one moment. I will not allow such far-fetched balderdash in my courtroom. Now, come on.
It may sound far-fetched, Your Honor, but it's the only possible explanation. On February 21st, in the police department's evidence room, blood was spilled not once, but twice. But how? One time was captured on this tape, taken by the security camera. But there's another instance, man. Officer Meekins cut his hand from which a trivial amount of blood fell. The problem is, the other time isn't documented, bro. Phoenix Wright didn't say that. I said that, because that's clearly what... Dang, that is actually genius! Because the Blue Badger's staring at you the whole time. This is the best case ever. Someone bled prior to the struggle shown on this tape. It had to have been seen. had to have been. It had to have been Detective Goodman when he was really murdered. Dang, we going in? That's ridiculous. I refuse to accept your absurd claim. Nah, man. Think about it. The murder portrayed in the security tape has been proven to be a fake. However, that does not explain the blood mark found on the locker. So then, assuming this murder your portrait really happened, when did it take place? I demand you show evidence. Well, there's one person we don't have the ID number for yet, Mr. 777, so it might have been then.
So, sir, as the defense claims, prior to Officer Meekins being caught by Marshall, who was posing as Detective Goodman, another incident took place in the evidence room.
That's right. The blood mark on the locker proves this.
Very well, then tell us. When did the first incident occur? As Mr. Edgeworth said, proof must be presented.
Okay, I got your proof. I know it.
Well then, will the defense please present the evidence? Now be careful.
I got it, bro. I got it. Holy crap, we on it. Like white on rice. And the crime took place inside the evidence room. Then the killer would have had to enter. In order to do so, an ID card had to be used.
An ID card? Oh, the record!
Yeah. Who the heck is badge number 777777? Officer Meekins brought the Blue Badger panel into the evidence room. Now let's, hear 450. And if the crime took place before that time, then it would be 440. Wait. 440's...
Miles Edgeworth! Just, what have you been up to, boy?
Never would have figured you had the nerve, boy. Wow, color me surprised. Drop that act, witness. It doesn't take a lot of thought to figure out it couldn't have been me. True! You were getting your trophy!
Nope, I ain't getting it. I'm afraid I don't understand either.
Alright, fine, just let me tell you. It's clear from the luminol test the blood was there. However, when the second crime took place, both Officer Meekins and Officer Marshall failed to notice the blood. That means the blood from the first crime was wiped away by the real murderer. I would have had just 10 minutes to murder the victim, carry his body away, and clean up the blood. Unfortunately, that's physically impossible. I'm great at many things, but cleaning is not one of them. It takes me quite a while, but, you know.
Well, nobody's perfect, but we gotta work it till we get it right. That would mean the crime wasn't taking place before Edgeworth entered the evidence.
Exactly! Let's take a look at the chart again. Yeah. So, who's 777?
Talk about a lucky number. But wait, that doesn't make sense. How could Detective Goodman enter the evidence room?
Since there's no record of his card being used beforehand, he must have entered along with the real murderer. That's the only plausible explanation. He went in with 777777.
We got it. Just say 7. Please look into this ASAP, Miles Edgeworth. Find out whose ID number is 7777.
That's 1 7 too many, Your Honor, but okay. Unfortunately, I'm unable to look up the owner of that ID card. At least, at present.
What? Explain yourself, Sonny. Though I'm in no position to ask, but I'm rather curious.
This ID number belongs to someone with a rank of captain or... maybe a chief of police? Someone who is a so-called executive officer. We don't have the authority to inquire such a person's identity. Then you better get to it. This is a matter of the law. That's ridiculous. How? I'm not finished talking, right? Oh, my bad. I didn't mean to intrude. This is one situation in which we can be granted such authority.
An official charge filed against an executive is accepted.
An official charge.
No, all alike, ain't you? Your cover-ups and forgeries. That's how the prosecutor's office operates.
We'll see about that. I take pride in my work, Officer Marshall. I'd appreciate it if you would keep your slander to yourself.
Slander, is it? Okay. Let me ask a question.
Yes?
Not to you. To her, the defendant sitting over there.
You own your own little executive? Lana? What? What do you want with her? Don't be stupid. She's been charged with murder. Of course. We've looked up her ID number, and it's not 7. Don't play me for a fool, partner. That's not what I want to ask. All I want to know is one thing, and about that incident. S09? What? Answer me this, Chief Prosecutor. It's that trial 2 years ago. Did you really only use legitimate evidence? Well, Lana, what are you going to say? Do you need the witness to repeat his question, Chief Prosecutor? I heard him fine, Mr. Edgeworth. 2 years ago, I was in charge of the prosecution for the trial. At the time, occasionally, we felt the powerlessness of the law. At least, I did. Uh-oh. Lana, oh my god, is she gonna do what I think she's gonna do? I became a prosecutor in order to suppress crime with the law. But before I realized it, we were the ones being suppressed by the law.
The defendant? Just what are you saying?
I'll ask you again, Chief Prosecutor. During that trial 2 years ago, did you really present all evidence in the court? Can you look at me, an investigator in that crime, in the eye and say that you did?
Chief Prosecutor, you didn't. You would never. Oh my god, a girl did something evil.
I don't have to, Officer Marshall. What? Why won't you answer him? Drastic crimes require drastic measures. That's just the way it is. No. We did what we had to, in order for him to get the verdict he deserved. But Lana... Even if it involved forging evidence. Dog. No. So she really... So it is all bullcrap. He was right. See, that's what I'm talking about. They're all the same. No. No! What the heck?
Oh my god, y'all are loud today. Jesus Christ, you need to take that outside.
Lana's remarks caused such a stir. The chaos in the courtroom could not be quelled. The conclusion would have to wait until the following day.